How's it going, everybody? It's Shane, and I'm here to give you my review for Knuckles, the TV series. If I go any further, please, you gotta go fast. You gotta hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, notified of more reviews like this one, because I'm doing these just in case you're having some type of piqued interest on this show. I'm not gonna lie. I remember I went on my personal Facebook and I was telling everybody, oh yeah, first 2 episodes. Wow, this is good. It's just as good. Might be better than Sonic 2. I watched Sonic 2 before this because I had never seen Sonic 2. So, I went ahead, watched Sonic 2 and was like, oh wow, Sonic 2. I have some nitpicks on that. I will be reviewing that. And the nitpicks I have from that are the ultimate failings of this show. So I'm going to do my best to wait until 2 minutes to start letting some of my true feelings come out here. I am a Sonic fan. I was a Sega kid, right? And let's all be real here. If you were under 20 in the 90s, you had no choice in what your parents bought you, unless your parents also played video games, which for many of us that, our parents would play with us, but they weren't like, ooh, I want that. No. So I won't even get into the console wars of that time, but I loved Sonic's one of my favorite. Knuckles. I remember when Knuckles was first introduced, Sonic 3, and then, you had Sonic and Knuckles, and you could put the cart inside, you could put the other carts inside it. You have Sonic 2 and Knuckles, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Just crazy fun. I had the Sonic collection for the GameCube. I never got a chance. I always got so close to beating Sonic 2, but I beat Sonic 3. Knuckles was my dude for a while. Then we had Shadow. Oh, Shadow. Never played the Shadow game. Kind of glad I didn't. But Knuckles is that dude. Voiced by Idris Elba. One of the things for these shows, because remember, we had to bully them. Fans had to bully them into not making Sonic look creepy, which Knuckles kind of frightens me, not in a bad way, right? Every time I see that they have individual teeth, that's such a choice. But Knuckles is Knuckles in here. I don't know how to approach this type of review, and I definitely don't want to go close to 30 minutes, but I don't know how to approach this shit, because the first 2 episodes was like, wow, it was good. It starts off amazing. Knuckles is training. You get when you finish the games, and at the end of the games, with the head, with the sign that spins with the head in it, he got that. That happens twice. It happens here, and it happens in that shitty episode 4. My God, but that was good. The theme song of the series is "The Warrior" by Scandal. I love that song. It's one of my favorite songs. Shooting at the walls of heartache, bang, bang. I am the warrior. I am the warrior. And victory will be mine, right? So, and after the first, they played the song, we did the little training montage, and after the first episode, actually at the end of it, you have the drawing of him with Wade, and showing some of the highlights, Knuckles gliding on the motorcycle with the hat, hanging with Sonic and Tails at the end, with the reference to them kind of have a band thing going, because Sonic Heroes, y'all remember Sonic Heroes? What system was that? I think that was on PlayStation and Xbox. That's when, shortly after Sega had to stop making consoles, but they still make software. And there's references in here, right? You have the hat and the motorcycle, but that's not Knuckles. That's this bounty hunter, which, let me just go ahead and just pull up the damn Wikipedia, because I'm just what is this jackass's name? I can't remember the name of not Pistol Pete. Whoever this bounty, I think his name was Jack, who's supposed to be Wade's best friend, which, okay, sure. That wasn't even Knuckles's. And in here, what is the plot? Here's the plot they make you think it is. The plot that they make you think it is that, well, just like Sonic, Knuckles is quills. We're calling them quills, which Wade calls those braids, which, let's just be real, Knuckles is black, man. Knuckles is black. He played by Idris. He is black. Those calls them braids. If you see other echidnas throughout any of the other Sonic media, comics especially, you go to the comics, you go to what's the other one? You go to Sonic X. They got stuff in their braids. They, if anything, I guess you can call them Peruvians, because Christopher Lloyd plays the voice of Pachacamac, who is from the Sonic Adventure games. He's long dead because Chaos murdered him. But there's stuff in here. Matter of fact, because it's Paramount, Tilihihi, we get references of stuff that they have because Wade goes back home, and I don't mention the ages of these actors soon, but he goes back home. He has a Ninja Turtles sheets and a pillow. You see a Point Break picture. I think there might have been a Transformers one there. There was a bunch of other stuff. I wrote them down on my phone notes. I don't feel like going through it, but there was a Karate Kid reference for sure. They talked about Mall Cop, Paul Blart, Kevin James, which apparently Knuckles knows Kevin James, so that's funny. You even get all that. We get American Gladiator, who was one of Wade's favorite ones, and you get a close to the edge of gross joke, like when Knuckles like, why is the indentations on this? Was like, okay, again, this is in episode 4, and was this 4 or 3? Sorry, episode 3. And if episodes 1 and 2 were 5s for real, and then you just took that dip in episode 3, where sorry, I was telling you the plot. I'm everywhere on this one. These 2 gun agents. One, I don't even want to care. I don't even care about her damn name. But Officer Ellen Taylor plays a Willoughby, who we'll get in her in a second, and Kid Cudi is the other one. So and then they're selling to this guy called the Buyer. All of them, well, Willoughby and Cudi. By the way, Kid Cudi's character, black guy, has no name. He has no name. Our introduction to him is he kicks a fellow agent through a portal after he goes. The guys are going, hey, how come you're cutting off, access to everything? Willoughby's mad because she studied aliens and she wants to protect the world from aliens. And when San Francisco happened, when Sonic ran super fast, there's proven that they're dangerous, and they drop quills and they just shove me behind a desk. And so you're cookie cutter bitter, fine. Kid Cudi, what's your motivation? I just like doing bad stuff, and I'm fighting Knuckles because I got the things on that the guy gives me. So that's the rival thing. No motivation. You get a little joke where he's where his mom calls and he's choking Wade. That was kind of funny, right? But who the fuck is he supposed to be? Then the Buyer is Discount Robotnik. I worked on a Robotnik until he went crazy for that blue hedgehog thing. And so now he's going crazy because he wants Knuckles' power. You get a little joke in the bowling alley where he's like, you want my power? Do I look like I need your power? Yes, we need his power. You saw it in the trailer. And that's the Knuckles plot, right? Knuckles plot. The Wade plot is, oh man, I want to go and bowl in this bowling tournament. Contest of Champions, even though it's just one damn champion there who happens to be his dad. I want to go there and win it so I can get close to my dad who abandoned me in a TJ Maxx. Gotta get that brand referencing in with the fucking TJ Maxx. And Pachacamac spirit comes down, talks to Knuckles, and you would think in the beginning episode where it's like Sonic and Tails are like, just chill. Knuckles is used to being betrayed. He never stays in one world long enough. And Sonic's like, hey, chill, man. He was terrorizing 4 different builders. Because remember, in Sonic 2, there's a big ass hole in Tom and Maddie's house. Big ass hole in there. And I guess he calls himself defending it. He loves Cool Ranch Doritos. And that's what he doing. That's his thing. That's what he do. and he gets grounded because he dug a mud pit battle fight club, and then he's like, I'm the toughest fighter. He makes a Game of Thrones chair and stuff like that, and he's supposed to be grounded. We never come back to this grounded subplot. We never come back to this shit at all. You just wait going, well, I heard you were grounded, but okay, well, it's whatever. We don't see Maddie, Sonic, or Tails after episode 1 ever again. They are gone. Bye. Sonic, even in the beginning, gives a little recap. It feels like this was almost a movie. And thank God it wasn't a movie, because then Sonic 3 would be freaking soiled. Soiled. And so we don't get into the Wade subplot stuff until, him and Knuckles have heart to heart. The bad guys put Wade Whipple on the run. And let's just talk about some of these characters. Let's talk about the characters. Eventually he goes home in episode 3. And you get the whole meeting. His mom meets Knuckles. By the by, Knuckles just kind of walks around. And sometimes people are like, oh, sometimes people just don't give a shit. I mean, in Reno, it was like a mascot convention thing with a fake Ugandan Knuckles mascot. If you know what Ugandan Knuckles is, if you know, you know. I'm not going to explain that shit. And so we meet the Whipples, right? His mom, played by actress. Where is she here? Where is she at here? Stockard Channing from Grease. This woman's in her 80s. Just Adam, what's his name? Pally. He's 42. He fits the range for being in the 80s. The woman who plays his sister, Edie Patterson, plays Wanda Whipple. She's 49. They're all in this thing. She's the older sister. The mom is a stereotypical Jewish mom, to the point where she's like, she calls Knuckles Knuckles. It's like, why are you saying like this? It's Knuckles, like Knuckles. It's the Sabbat, where you light the candles, you spend time with your family until the candles go out, and it's like fighting. Wade he has so much trauma because his sister. You try not to call female characters bitches because people like to get up in arms. She's an asshole. I would go as far as calling her a bitch because they legitimately hate each other. Where in episode 5, they put the gun to her head. After they get this dad sold out the family, they put the gun. By the way, this is all spoilers. Y'all don't go see this. Don't go watch this. Don't watch this unless you borrow someone's account. Or unless you're going to watch it another way. Hold on, take off the gun. Unless you watch it another way, don't pay for this. When they're like, yeah, they put the knuckle power gun to her head, and Wade's just like, all right, do it. They go to mom, he's like, no, not mom. When Wade is getting kidnapped by his bounty hunter friend, and she's like, goes Knuckle, you gonna save him? Nope. Yeah, I wouldn't do it either. She is such an asshole to him. Like, she throws his fork on the floor. They are not fighting like teenagers. They're fighting like babies. They're babies. And then the mom, her estranged ex-husband, Pete Whipple, played by Kari Eels. I probably said his name wrong. Robin Hood Men in Tights. He also played Fandriel in Thor the Dark World 2. The dude is British. So when he shows up in his British accent, that I did not do a British accent. That's how much I care. Just like this show cared. You go on like, okay, so they're supposed to be Jewish. So they're English Jewish? Like, what's going on here? And then she goes, you're using that stupid fake accent, and it's supposed to be a joke. And I said, oh, okay. I see. He's an asshole, but he continues to speak like that. He never does an American accent because, trust me, British actors all have an American accent, whether it's an amalgamation of a New Yorker mixed with a Texan or Texan mixed with someone from California, because they all forget the Midwesterns we have our own swang, but I'm not going to get into that. That doesn't matter. They all have they have an American accent stocked and loaded. Tom Holland, Benedict Cumberbatch, hell, Idris Elba is British. This is a borderline American accent he does for Knuckles. So he just continues to speak British. The jug is up, but he just continues to do it. And I'm like, this dude's 60, she's 80. I mean, I guess that you can still be a couple, but it's weird. Her wig is bad, and that's not a wig, sweetheart. I am so sorry. The sister is the worst thing, and it's not funny. It's just not funny. I get the mom is sad with the Shabbat, and my kids haven't been together in so long. Episode 3 could have been good if not for the mom thing, the stereotypical Jewish mom thing. Where for whatever reason, and lots of stuff I've seen Adam Pally in, I don't remember if he was supposed to be a Jewish character in Mindy Project. He is actually Jewish, right? Which Jewish is a religion and it is a culture of people. So just keep that in mind. But I know in Happy Endings, great show, by the way. I'm so sad it got canceled in season 3. Really, really good show. He plays a gay Jewish guy. Okay. And I saw him in something else where it's like, okay, they focus on him being Jewish. He doesn't really bring that up in like Sonic 1 or 2. It's not really a thing. And I guess since the show should not be called Knuckles. It should be called Wade Whipple. Wade Whipple. When the Ghost of Pachymok tells Knuckles, you got to train this guy and pass along our warrior ways since you're the last Echidna, you think, okay, this is going to be a way for Knuckles to go out and be like, okay, I belong here. This is what I'm supposed to do. He'll go through his own journey. He goes through nothing. At the end of the series, he goes, I am home. From what, bro? Then he does so episode 4 is entitled The Flames of Disaster, where Wade gets captured by the guy. And by the way, Wade's rival initially was this little girl, 10-year-old, 12-year-old girl, Susie. Susie's great towards the end. Once she stops being an asshole, she's great. But he is captured. He's in a cage behind a stretched limo. He's getting shocked and everything else. The dude's not really his friend. And he has this vision journey because Knuckles talks to him, I guess, on the phone. And this is how you know the budget, and you guys are cheap as shit. This is the Master Cheeks all over again, because instead of episode 4 being all in CG with Knuckles, us seeing Knuckles go through that journey, they say we're going to put you through a rock opera at the bowling alley that we showed in episode 1, and then you dress up as Knuckles. Idris Elba dubbed over his voice. He's like, I could be Knuckles. He's like, no, stop doing that. And it's like, and we see Knuckles journeying, trying to be a champion and fighting some flame demon, which resembles a flaming chaotic from Sonic Adventure. Not that thing is liquidy and T1000y. This looked like that. I didn't play Shadow. I know a bit about Shadow. I don't think the demons look like that. So. And you see, and it looks very Sonic-y, and it is very much in like a play, because you got people in all black. If you ever been those type of plays, kabuki plays and stuff like that, guys in all black, they're joining around doing the thing. And Wade even bursts out of it for a joke. He's like, oh yeah, the true strength of Knuckles is in my fist. Okay, I'm gonna punch out of this cage that's been shocking me before I got here, and the shock was so intense it brought me here. You know how stupid that is? To just go, and the person... But one of the people, Jack, is in there portraying an owl. And when they go through Knuckles' history, the history sounds so stupid. It sounds so bad, because if you've seen Sonic 2, you understand that Knuckles and Sonic have a miscommunication where Knuckles is like, yeah, the owl people attacked us. And Sonic's like, well, no, the Echidnas attacked us because they wanted the Master Emerald. And, they bond because it's like, well, I'm alone, you're alone. We both shouldn't be alone. And here... they go, oh yeah, the dreaded owls attacked, and Knuckles, blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking to myself, why couldn't you just have us actually see Knuckles do it? Have Knuckles be the one to go through this shit, not have Wade Whipple in a Knuckles onesie shit cosplay. And then we could have seen this, right? And this would have been a point to address. Was Knuckles' account of what happened actually what really happened, and have him go on a journey to realize what happened so he could be a little bit more free, right? No, it has to be about Wade Ripple's father issues. And his mom, she regrets being with that schmuck. And he's like, she's not a schmuck. He's my dad. Bro, you're not in your 30s. Whatever character Wade's supposed to be, you're not in your 30s. You're like in your 40s. And I get, go to therapy. Go to therapy, please. Because you're just doing the bowling thing to meet with a guy who abandoned you. Personally, if I was abandoned by a parent, and I'm not saying I don't have my own set of issues, but if I was abandoned by a parent, if I ever had a question, I would say, why did you abandon me? Okay, you can go F off. Wade's whole thing is like, oh, we're both gonna be amazing, Dad, and they're both great bowlers. The whole of episode 5 was bowling, and then Knuckles watching them bowl he's watching them bowl from a bar. Why wouldn't he just sit there? Do you see where this is going? Like, Knuckles gets knocked out in the final battle, and a callback to where Knuckles, like at the bowling alley, Knuckles like chucks a bowling ball and it freaking explodes and destroys the pin. He's like, you'll be able to do that one day. And then he's throwing them because of the gauntlets and wakes Knuckles up to take back his power, which is just, Knuckles is okay in here. There's nothing wrong with Knuckles. Wade is a buffoon. In Sonic 2, when he went to the Mean Bean, nice reference, and he saw that the henchman, the one that's a simp for Robotnik, and he's like, oh, this is not good. Here's my weapon. He did cop shit. He burns down his fucking car in here in episode 2. So they have to steal the car, which is kind of funny that Knuckles' little spike thing can, hot wire a car. That's actually kind of cool. But he's a buffoon. It was funny when, he's going through the thing in his head, what's he going to do? But then he trips, alerting the bad guys who have captured Knuckles with a ring gun. By the way, the ring gun was actually kind of cool. That was cool when you shoot a ring and you got the thing and it opens up and you just got a vision in place and you put them in a trap. That was cool. And it was a callback when Knuckles punched the rings and they go through a vortex and it explodes. I'm assuming they're dead. But he's a buffoon. He blows up his own car. You don't have a gun as a cop. And by the by, Tom is out of town. And if I remember correctly from Sonic 1, there's only 2 damn cops in this in Green Hills, Montana. Who the fuck is policing that place? Is it such a quiet place you really don't need police, but you have police there to just be problem solvers like police should be in the real world? Maybe. But how are you a cop? You have no gun. You have nothing. You have nothing. And I get you trying to build him up to be more confident and strong, but this is not called Wade Whipple. This is called Knuckles. And after episode 2, there's barely any fucking Knuckles in this show. The Flames of Disaster, the little play, we see, Wade's pretending to be Knuckles and he hits his fist and he gets this power. He gets this random ass power. It is random as shit. Doesn't explain. He's like, Knuckles saw that the power to be his strength doesn't come from his fist. It comes from his heart. And I guess that's where the knuckle power comes from. And then the Flames of Disaster appear for him to beat the bad guy at the end. But it just felt cheap, I think. It's just like, why do I care? Like, you tricked me by having one of my favorite songs in here. But the soundtrack is decent. I mean, they got the Push It to the Limit. They got good. They have some good. The soundtrack in here is good. All right, the soundtrack is a 5 out of 5. I give the soundtrack is good. Although this is one of my nitpicks with all of this Sonic shit, because you're chipmunking this. You're Alvin and the chipmunking this shit. Why is there no music that sounds like Sonic music? Why couldn't this be any reference to Knuckles Chaotix, the game that was on the Sega 32X? Don't get me started. I've already begun. Why? Why is Sonic like this? I get to watch Super Mario where they have orchestrated different versions of the Super Mario theme, the Super Mario Super Mario Yoshi's Island theme. They did the Water World theme. Watch the credits of Super Mario Brothers movie, and there's so many musical references. Sonic has just as many. And the only time I got a Sonic music reference is like a phone a phone ringtone, or that trailer for Sonic 3 where it was Live and Learn, but you gotta know the song Live and Learn just to hear it towards the end, because I had to watch Black Nerd Andre for his breakdown to go, oh, that did sound vaguely familiar. Thank you for pointing out that it was Live and Learn by Crush 40. Yeah. But no, and again, I love the song The Warrior. That could still be the theme. And you can put, this beat is my recital. You could do that stuff. You can do all the extra stuff in there you want it. But have some video game music in here. It's a video game property. Paramount keeps fucking this shit up every time. And it's annoying. It is so annoying. God. The mom's a stereotype. The sister's insufferable. The dad is cartoonishly evil. The buyer is Discount Robotnik. He's cartoonishly evil. The chick is so stupid. I don't even care. I don't care. Bad girl named Wadiba, whatever. What is her name? We'll just go. I don't even care to look through this. Nope. Whatever her name is. She's dumb. Kid Cudi character gets no name. He's cartoonishly stupid too. Gets beat up by Wade on accident. And as I sit here and look at some of these notes here and some of this thing, by the way, Wade's a cop. His sister's part of the FBI. How? When she is so stupid. We get this unfunny joke where Wade is freeing them. She's like, no, don't do it. I got a trick. I'll dislocate my thumb. And we see her thumb is like basically broken over. I'm like, I'm supposed to find that funny that she's just so stubborn that she broke her own thumb. Yeah, I'm finna hit 30 minutes on this. I have to rage on this shit. Episode 1 and 2, 5. Episode 3, it's a 2. Wait, he has to save the FBI agent who's talking shit to a dude whirling a chain. And she's like, oh no, I thought my shit talking would work against someone who's not my brother. Obviously, Wade had to be rescued by Knuckles, which I loved it. When Knuckles walks down the hallway and punches, that's great. But then the mom, because these people, they put a bounty out on him, the bad guys did. And the guy, when they're coming around and everyone's oblivious, I'm like, I was about to go down. The mom is the only one who knows Krav Maga. And we get a rotoscope fight where Knuckles is fighting him and the mom is fighting him. It's like, make sure the candles don't go out, Knuckles. And just hitting him is like, yeah, tell her you're Jewish on your mom's side. I don't know why it matters. What was the fucking point of that joke? Okay, whatever. Maybe some of you got it. But why is she able to take on the bad guys? As a 80-year-old woman, I'm just gonna say you're 80 years old in this series too. 80-year-old woman. You ain't 80? 70. You ain't 70? 60. Fine. Either way it goes. You're an advanced age. How is she keeping up with Knuckles beating up these guys? And what was the song they did? They did it to Nahida. They did that. We've seen other shows and movies do that when it comes to like a fight or like ballroom blitz, stuff like that. We've seen that. I'm not gonna trash the music choice. My thing is, how is this old woman? I think they use some 3D for her to move fast and stuff. How? That's what took me out. When he has to help the idiot buffoon of a cop, he has to help the dumbass of a FBI agent. Who I'm waiting for her to snitch. I'm waiting for her to text somebody and go, there's this alien here, and then the bad guys find them. That's how inept these two are. But the mom, he doesn't have to help. And I like that he had a genuine connection with her. Could have done without some of the stereotypical shit. Could have done without some of the dumbass banter. But how? I'm not going to, I was in initially, episode 3 for me was a 2 because of Wanda and because of that fight. Yeah, it's a 2. I was going to say 3. It's a 2. Then you go to episode 4, which is a 1. That could have been all Knuckles. Episode 5, all bowling. It's a fucking 2. It's a 2 because I like seeing Kari Hughes. I like him. He was fantastic as the art thief in Psych. I can't remember his name. He was really good in that role. He was good. He's a good actor. Really good. Sorry that you had to come in this shit. And then episode 6, where the finale, people are screaming and running. Conveniently, Reno is empty because the robot man with all of Knuckles' quills, who wants all of Knuckles' power. For what? What do you want all of his power for? Like, I'm still trying to understand why these people hate Knuckles. Don't get me wrong, I hate the fact that they're aliens in this, like a Bay Ninja Turtles shit. But I don't understand the hate that they're getting. Is it just because they're just, anthropomorphic animals? I don't know. I don't get it. And I could have overlooked that stuff if it wasn't for all of this extra dumb shit. It's literally just the way Whipple show. And it's crazy how they can do some of the references. Pachamama. Christopher Lloyd, great job, by the way. The first joke you get with him is like he floats in, because Knuckles, meditated, but he floats in as a ghost and he's trying to figure out how to get out. He's like, I don't understand why I can't go through the window. I don't get this being a spirit. That was actually funny. So what did I say? 2 5s, a 2, a 1, a 1, and a 2. And let me talk about that episode 4 again, where he gets pulled off and no one wants to save him. He fights this guy they fight a duel with swords. The dude's on a motorcycle, he's on a bike, and he does a slash. And it's just like, where did this come from? Why is this him? You could have given, like, so when you do subtractions and things for a series, like 5 5, 2 1 1 2, I'm at it like a 2. I'll give it a 2.5 because those first 2 episodes were good. I'm at a 2.5 for this. I'm at a 2.5, and it's not because there's no Sonic in it. That's because there's no follow through. There was absolutely no follow through. This episode ends with Knuckles getting his own jam. He's like, oh, the warrior, that is my jam, because they had to teach him what are jams, right? And it's a recurring thing that Wade burned CDs, sent them to his dad. His dad probably kept them just because he's a dick and didn't feel like they were worth throwing in the trash. But that was nice. That's cool. Why didn't they go back to Green Hills? Why didn't we see, Maddie go, I told you were grounded with the house finish. Why was there no payoff? Why didn't the credits where I love the Knuckles gliding thing? That was a good joke where he's like, you can fly. And he's like, no, I can glide for short periods of time. Just like in the games when you find out what Knuckles can do. That was great. But we get no follow-up from anything. We didn't get the follow, like I'm saying, with the drawing of him jamming out with Sonic and Tails. That would have been nice. And what scares me is I believe that Amy's going to come in Sonic 4. Because we're in we're like in the Sonic Adventure / Sonic CD kind of era. I wanted to see Metal Sonic, right? I definitely wanted to see that. I want Amy to show up, but my thing is, don't make it a show. And the show has like 6.3 out of 100 rating. I've seen 6.3 out of 10. And its ratings are all over the place. People are liking it, and I'm just got to be honest. Man. Like I'll go as far as saying the first Sonic movie was. I'll review it, but initially I can give that like a 3, maybe a 4. Its average is not bad. It's watchable. Sonic 2 was really, really good. Some heart was put in that, but I got nitpicks. The human elements. Why is this 95% human element? I'll be nice and give you 90. 85% human element. So only 15 of it is Knuckles. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm just gotta run through this, just make sure rock opera of Knuckles' origin, instead of just seeing it for ourselves. Someone thought this was funny. Someone thought this was great. No follow up with the family, with him being grounded. What is the follow up going to be in Sonic 2? Because obviously this show starts some months after Sonic 3. It follows up from Sonic 2 because the house is still in shambles. So is the follow up from this going to be Sonic 3? Like they roll in and it's like, oh, Knuckles is grounded again, Tom. Oh man, Cyclops. Fox is Cyclops. Oh well, what are you gonna do, my kids, right? Yeah. Yeah, this is a 2.5 out of 5. Don't watch this. Watch it when it comes on Netflix, because everybody has Netflix, right? Watch this shit on Netflix when it comes out on Netflix. This is the most watched show on Paramount Plus. Holy shit. Just think about that. I'm gonna go ahead and watch Fallout, because Fallout has to be better than this. And the sad part is I know Fallout. I know some of the lore. Haven't really had my hands on the video game because it's not my type of setting or game. But looking at it, it kind of makes me go, yeah, this looks like it's good. It looks like something I've seen. It looks like something I attempted to play. But this, 2.5 out of 5. Let me know what you think if you've seen this. And if you haven't seen it, you're not missing anything. Knuckles is Knuckles in the first. Watch the first 2 episodes, then watch the last episode. Yeah, I was trying to figure out how they would get around Wade betraying Knuckles, because Knuckles said he's never really had a friend. The buddy comedy could work, but there's no focus on Knuckles. Thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate you. Listen to me rant for 37 minutes. Be good, be blessed. Wash those hands. Drink some water. All right, I got to get some water. All this rage. Just be good to yourselves. Be good to others. Either way it goes, don't be a jerk, please. If you're feeling down and out, please reach out to somebody. People out there rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. My Patreon link is in the description below, as are my socials. Follow me. You want to support me further doing things like this. Wow. And I still have to review Rebel Moon. Until next time, guys.